Hey, good morning. It's time to rise and shine. It's day 9 and already September 3rd, or no, not September, June 13th. Let's not rush it, right? Okay, well, I'm clearly not in Grand Rapids right now. I'm up in Suttons Bay, and I wanted to talk to you a little bit about why I'm here and how that applies to Mary Kay. All right, so my nephew is a professional golfer and he's playing in the Michigan PGA, the Michigan Open PGA, the next few days. And so Tim and I are up here in Suttons Bay overnight, and you'll probably see a little boat coming behind me here in a minute. But as I was thinking about Jeff, my nephew's name is Jeff, and where he came from to where he's at today, I thought it would be maybe a good just reminder of how that relates to Mary Kay. So let me tell you a little bit about Jeff. Jeff is 42 years old now. He has been a golfer since in high school. And when he went to college, he went for education. He thought he was going to be a teacher like his Uncle Tim. And that just really it wasn't what he was cut out for. So over time, he pursued golf and he got his PGA. He had to go to Florida and he had to take classes there. He was married and how that all fit in. It's been a lot of work, let's just be clear. And so over time, he's worked for lots of different golf courses. He's a phenomenal golf coach, let me tell you. He has been at Maple Hill and he's been at Egypt Valley. He's been at all different places around Michigan, actually. And I'll just tell you, there have been times that he just wanted to quit. It's hard. It's a hard business to be in. They spend hours and hours and hours on the golf course when they're a PGA in the summer, like from April until November. They're hardly home. And then in the winter, they get laid off because in Michigan, there's not really any work because you can't golf. And being a PGA pro doesn't necessarily mean that you're always in competitions and not always golfing. You're often just working, doing all kinds of nonsense work. So, hey, I don't know who's on. I can't see your name, but I'm so excited somebody's on right now. That's so cool. Tell me who you are. So, it's taken a lot of perseverance, actually. And over the course of the years, we've gone to watch him play in lots of different tournaments, and sometimes he's done really well. But most of the time, it's not always been that great. And he's had to work on his mindset a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot. And so I wanted to just give you some reminders of how that works for Mary Kay. So, as you work on your Mary Kay business, you might sometimes think you're not going anywhere. And I can tell you for personal experience, Jeff has definitely thought about quitting quite a few times. And he's thought about doing something different. But he has persevered. I don't know if you know much about golf, but golf is definitely a mind game. And getting his head in the right place is one of the key ingredients for him doing really well. And so today, as he's getting ready to go, I am sure he's visualizing every hole. He's been to this course before, he knows what it looks like. He is visualizing where that golf ball is going to end up. He's going to take into consideration the weather. We might get some rain this afternoon. He's taking into this consideration that tomorrow it's going to be in the 90s here. He is, I'm sure, praying a lot for God to just help him to keep focused. And in our Mary Kay business, it's super easy to get off center and to lose our focus, to not know where the ball is. And so in these next few weeks, as we finish up the seminar year, I want you to really to keep your eyes on the ball. Where do you want that ball to land on June 30th? What can you do to prepare and to be ready to put that ball in the right place? So you got to show up. You need to be thinking about it and preparing your mind. You got to be ready for it to go in the wrong place. And then how are you going to pivot and get it to move into the right place? And so the other thing the other thing you need to know is it has taken Jeff thousands of hours to become a professional. And in Mary Kay, it takes hours of practice of doing really well or really poorly, and more often than not, having the failures. And I think our success, excuse me, our success most frequently comes from our failures. And I know Jeff would definitely say that. So, as you consider, your business, have you put in the hours of practice to make this a success? And we don't have to do 10,000 hours to become an expert in Mary Kay, but we do have to do our fair share of practicing. We have to have our fair share of failures. We have to do it wrong to learn how to figure out how to do it right. Um, I have a party on Wednesday night that's at someone else's house. And I can just tell you that I feel really out of practice with that. I've done a Mary Kay party for 15 years, in houses, in my house, virtually, but to pack it up and to go, it's like I'm out of practice for that. And so the same thing with your Mary Kay business is anytime you don't put in the time, you're going to feel out of practice. But the good news is you just have to get back out in the field and do a few appointments. So, what does golf have to do with Mary Kay? That's the question, right? It takes perseverance, it takes practice, it takes failing to get back up and do it again. It takes thousands of hours of practice, which Mary Kay, we don't need thousands, but we do need practice. It means keeping our eyes on the ball and knowing where we want it to land. And if it doesn't go in that place the first time we hit the ball, we keep on going, we pivot, and we keep moving. And the other thing I wanted to say about Jeff is he has looked at many, many masters in golf. He's studied their game. He's studied himself. Oh, that's a really another good point. Is he takes video of himself and he watches his body position, his hand position, his head, um, and then he makes adjustments. And they're really little adjustments. When I took lessons from Jeff, who he is a phenomenal teacher, by the way, he didn't go into teaching profession like I said he thought he was going to do originally. Now he's teaching golf and is so, so, so good at it. Um, but here's the thing is, shoot, I lost my train of thought. Um, he's just he makes these little tweaks to his play, and that's what you need to do in your Mary Kay business. Maybe your closing isn't going quite like you want it to. Go study somebody in Mary Kay that is phenomenal at closing. Go to the Mary Kay Digital Library and listen to recordings of women who know how to close a party, or talk to me. I'd love to talk to you. If you're struggling with booking an appointment, go study someone who's phenomenal at booking. Ask her how she's doing it, listen to recordings, and then go put it into practice. So, here's the thing, you guys. All you need to do in your Mary Kay business is stick to it. Don't lose focus. Go study the masters of who does it really well, and then tweak your performance until you yourself become an expert in your field. Okay, so I hope that's helpful. Put in the comments what you took away from this and what can you today think about, do differently to move your ball forward in June. Okay, talk to you later.